Hi everybody, Ninja Boy here. Obviously, it's no secret by now that I really do not like 6 Feet Under. They are probably the worst band out there. I've listened to two. Count them. Two. Two of their albums. Haunted and their newest album, Next to Die. Both of them I have given the X mark of do not listen. With Haunted getting a strong 3. And Next to Die getting a light 2, I think. And of course, I've told you guys not to recommend me Nightmares of the Decomposed. Which, thankfully, I have not been recommended that just yet. Thankfully. However, you know what they say. Curiosity kills the cat. So, after watching some reviews on the album, I have heard that the album's lead single, Zodiac, is one of the worst songs ever made. And possibly the worst lead single to ever come out of a studio album from a band, whatnot. I thought Megadeth's Crush 'Em was the worst lead single ever made. No. Oh no. Oh no. Megadeth's Risk. This song makes Megadeth's Risk look like Master of Reality. This song makes Tones and I's Welcome to the Madhouse look like Prince of the Revolution's Purple Rain. And this song makes TX2's End of Us look like freaking Alter Bridge's Blackbird. The song is that bad. And no joke, I literally went to my brother because I knew this song was gonna be absolutely garbage. I went over to my brother and I was like, "Hey Alex, you wanna listen to this song? You wanna have a good laugh?" And he's like, "Sure." So we both listened to the song, and after we finished listening to the song and all that, I was like, yeah, this is garbage. So there's a few things I need to point out about the song. Now, obviously, I cannot play this song in this video because I am going to get copyright striked. YouTube is going to throw me into a wood chipper. This channel is going to get taken down and all that stuff. So, let's start with the beginning of the song. The beginning of the song sounds rather promising, except for one part. The drums don't sound that good. They sound like if you take two water bottles, and just constantly slam them down on a table. That's what they sound like. I did watch this video of this girl listening to 6 Feet Under for the first time, and she was listening to Nightmares of the Decomposed. And she pointed out that the drums sounded like garage band drums, which honestly, not a bad observation. Like, after listening to the song 2-3 more times, yes, the more I thought about it, the more that it sounded like that they were slamming water bottles down on the table that I am using to hold my phone to record this video. And oh boy, the lyrics are probably some of the worst lyrics I've ever heard. The thing is that this is not a comedy record. This is not a comedy rock, comedy metal, comedy rap record, whatever. But as soon as I heard the words, "Pick up the pieces of my destruction," hearing Chris Bond say that, I was dying laughing. Because you could hear all the instrumentals just abruptly stop, and you hear those words, and you can tell whoever wrote the line, whoever wrote those lyrics, spent a good 2 hours sitting down trying to figure something. Let me just find an empty piece of paper so I can give you. So, they were sitting down on this chair, or some, not on this chair, but you get my point. sitting down on a chair, they're looking at the lyrics, they need to fill something in, 2 hours later, scribble that down, and they're like, yes, very genius of me, very genius, this is peak lyrics, this is 10 out of 10 lyrics, this will be in a 10 out of 10 album right there, this is peak lyricism. You can definitely tell that whoever wrote those lyrics were very proud of themselves, even though that the lyrics, "Pick up the pieces of my destruction," is one of the worst things I've ever heard. Okay, you know how Saint Anger has really awful lyrics in it? The thing about that is that the lyrics are not usually the star of the show in that album. Usually, the star of the show is either the god-awful snare drum that Lars Ulrich had to put down, or Kurt's rather decent guitar work. You know, it's not the lyrics that are the star of the show. It's different things that are star of the show. It's not just the lyrics. But here, it isn't... you can't ignore it because the only thing you hear are those lyrics. It just stops, and the lyrics are the star of the show for those 3 seconds. Those 3 seconds are some of the funniest things, are some of the funniest moments of my life. Like, hearing that for the first time, I was laughing my butt off. If you watched my 2 6 Feet Under reviews, the Haunted review and the Next to Die review, you know that one of the things I do criticize about this band is that they never seem to know how guitar solos work. Guitar solos are supposed to be the centerpiece of a part of a song. It's supposed to be the star of the show. But during the closing parts of the song, a guitar solo happens, but Chris Barnes just keeps screaming out the word Zodiac. This is like their 16th, 17th, maybe 15th studio album, and they still did not figure out how guitar solos work. Unbelievable. And you know what's even worse? The fact that it was the lead single for this album. I know I had mentioned it earlier that this was the lead single for this album, but I didn't go into detail why it is so bad that this is the lead single to an already bad album. The thing is that for your song to be a lead single, it has to stand out from the rest of your tracks. It really has to stand out. It has to be like a teaser to this album. And oh my god, I don't know who chose it to be the lead single. Who in the right mind chose Zodiac out of all songs to be the lead single for this album? What were they thinking? Who did it? Who did it? It's in the case of who did it. It's one of those whodunit stories. Obviously, I really do not want to review this album. And obviously, a simple comment saying, hey, can you review Nightmares of the Decomposed is not going to do enough. So, I have a challenge for you viewers. If you really, really want me to review this album, one of 2 things must happen. 1, if we hit 50 followers on my album of the review, on my album of the year page, or 2, we hit 450 subscribers on this YouTube channel, both before September, meaning that you have a month and a half to make this happen. If we hit 450 on this channel, or 50 followers on album of the year, I will review this album. And it has to be before September. So, if one of those 2 things happen, I will review Nightmares of the Decomposed for Ninja Bowler's classic albums. And if it does not happen, the video is never going to happen. So, if you want to see me suffer, do what you gotta do. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, go on Album of the Year, and follow me there, or do both. If one of the two things happen, then I will do the video. But, if both of those things do not happen, you will never get the video. So, you have until September 1st. Good luck, everybody. Make sure you like, subscribe, send this video to a friend, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.